Hello everyone, and welcome back to Zerra's channel and to Let's Talk Ships. And guys, the only reason I would like to make very short information and video about Pan-Asian Destroyer is that I will very much from my bottom of my heart recommend that you watch the oncoming video from FLAMU. FLAMU will play and have a, shall I say, a review of this tier 4 Shenyang destroyer with his Anshan 19 points captain. And I know that you guys probably say, but Zerra, those guns has been in games for years. In matter of fact, yes, you're right guys. In matter of fact, I'll just say very fast, I am a gearing captain and a Fletcher captain. I have very good experience even in my Clemson. I still believe the Clemson still have the edge of a firepower. They are very flat arc and still very workable guns performance. So guns wise, I still believe in many ways that the Clemson is the king of tier 4 destroyers. However, remember guys that Clemson does not have the speed maneuver or the concealment, and it's kind of important of the tier 4 Pan-Asian destroyer. So recognize those guns guys. I'll talk about tier 4's guns, or actually Nicholas stock configuration, those guns 6.2 seconds. But what's amazing about the guns is actually the rate of fire, flat arc, 960 meters a second, and 10.9 kilometers. Probably the Pan-Asian has slightly, but you see here you don't have any upgraded. On the Pan-Asian you do have one upgrade, so probably stock are not that great, but I highly recommend that you have advanced fire and training and BFT. Do I have a BFT on this captain? Well, I do, but it's a red. I need to a Steven Seagal captain. Now I'll explain you why. Basically, the tier 4 has those tier 5 Nicholas guns, but the problems with the Nicholas, and it's not his fault, it's the game's matchmaking fault. You will face tier 7 and tier 6 destroy, and then you're not that cocky. It's a good for tier 5, and when you are top dog, sure, you may wreck some faces and you're doing very well. But the biggest problem with Nicholas, guys, I'm serious when I'm saying that, it has two downsides. One, concealment. Two, it's sluggish. It's very not nimble. It does not have speed, does not have and it's kind of a big, it's a huge damn target. Everyone can from across of a map shoot and hit this destroyer, even though it has one of the really darn good guns. And torpedo are alright, you have a lot of them, don't get me wrong. 12 torps, it's not bad for tier 5, but the biggest concern about this ship, it's because it's tier 5. At tier 4 guys, and this is the most hilarious that I would like to say, Tech 3. Alright, go to Tech 3 in Goku Pan-Asia. You have preferential matchmaking. You never see more than maximum, just sometimes tier 5 ships. And for crying out loud, you have a whole of tier 5, but you're a tier 4. You have Nicholas guns, but you're tier 4. So you get the point. You don't need to be a lot of science fiction to say that this is the #1 Zerra channel. It's you know, so hype about the entire line. I am not interested in just two ships. This ship #1 and the second one, it's the tier 7s. Why? It's because it's a brand new ship. It never been in this game, and kind of like to see the performance of it, even though I don't have big expectation because there's are a lot of good destroyers at tier 7. So I honestly believe that I'm not that very how should I say, expectations are not that high because we have Blisk, we have a lot of good destroyer, even Mayhem and many others tier 7. There's I cannot figure out, but they all are pretty darn good at tier 7. However, for tier 4 seal clubbing, now I'm sorry guys, Page. The only thing I would like to say, guys, my theory, it will be arrived in just a couple hours from now, because then you're gonna see what could be happen in good hands. I'm talking about a captain which knows how to play destroy, 19 points at tier 4. Very soon, guys, probably in the beginning of next year, the new fresh battleships line, the French battleship line, will arrive with the worst torpedo protect in this game, around 10% or something, which basically means that the number one fear, I'm talking about the general line, you have to be afraid, it's actually deep water torps from Panasia. They will one-shot you so many times, you will take your keyboard and throw out the window. That is what gonna happen if it will be a lot of Panasian destroyer in that particular game when French battleship will arrive. This destroyer line will have a haven. Oh, I kind of forgot. It's not just the guns. How about the torps? Well, the torps is the basically Farragut's torps. Extremely fast, extremely dangerous, and reload. And of course, don't get me wrong, you can only harm cruisers and battleship. You cannot spam torps versus another destroyer. Keep that in mind. But the whole package, the speed, the concealment, the guns, the torps are absolutely broken. And I will prove it for you. Not me, but FLAMU. How this ship, of course, it's still work in progress. We did not quite get them yet. But I have this gut feelings that if you love Japanese destroyer, you will love this bugger, because it's basically kamikaze are at tier 4 with just Nicholas guns. You put those two together. I mean, seriously, guys, the reason why I do like this ship, you don't have to ask me twice, because I do have Kamikaze R. I know how fun this Kamikaze, I know the speed, I know the turning radius, I know that I can brawl. The only problem with this Kamikaze, I cannot fight another US. I might be wrecked, or German, you know what I mean? I don't have the guns, only I do have the torps. Oh, and of course, those torps tier for tier are the best torps in this game. Don't get me wrong, I will torp destroyers and other cruisers and battleships like this north tomorrow. But there's another problem with this ship, which it's not big, but it is when you have 2 aircraft carrier in each side. Then this destroyer lose of his power, because it will face tier 7 ships. But once again, imagine the Kamikaze at tier 4 with Nicholas guns. You already know the answer, right? So yeah, I wish you all lovely battleships captain good luck in the next patch when Panasian destroyer will come, because we definitely have a feast someone who's like his destroyer to play, and there are quite few that love to play the destroyers. But of course, guys, I would like to say that at high tier, the biggest counterparts for the Pan-Asia, because here's the deal, guys, not everything is perfect, not everything is wow. There is a concern from my place that I would like to say one of the biggest counterparts versus Pan-Asian destroyer, especially at high tier, are the Russians. But Zerra, how come, I mean, they can be spotted miles away? Sure, but remember this, guys, and this is a big concern that you have. If you play a tier 8, 9 and 10 destroyer, and I know that you cannot torp me to death. I might chart that smoke, use my torps and my games to kill you inside your own smoke. And you cannot sail away because I do have the fastest speed in this game. I'm talking about Kiev, the Leningrad and all the Russians. I know it sounds weird what I'm trying to say right now, but let's say if you know for sure that that smoke it's only a Pan-Asian destroyer, what fear do you have if you have in Russian? You know, he can of course fight back and try to find to DPM you, but it could go 50-50 or on your advantage because you still have torps and guns to take the Pan-Asian destroyer down. So nothing is just great. I still fear that probably, especially at the high tier, some destroyer might counter. Of course, don't get me wrong, and here's the deal, you still have the concealment on your advantage and the smoke as a Pan-Asian destroyer, but there are always other destroyers and cruiser with radar that will make you but yeah, this is the $1 million question. What do you do tier 8 Pan-Asian destroyer when Kiev is charging your smoke? Can you torp him? No, you can't. Try to gunfight him? Tricky situation. Just wish that maybe Kiev does not have full HP. That's the thing. Otherwise, he will most likely just go and torpedo the crap out of you, and you cannot run away. You cannot run away from Kiev. The Kiev, it's made in this game just one purpose: to kill all other destroyers, US or Pan-Asian, and of course Japanese as well. So yeah, I would like to say that at the low tier you have a much bigger how should I say, chance to have a lot of fun. At high tier you probably have to be a little bit afraid and be very careful versus other destroyers. Other destroyers can torp you, but you cannot torp them back. That is the biggest difference. Guys, that's all I like to say for now. Subscribe to my channel, and always, captains, fair seas and goodbye. And please let me know after you watching FLAMU's video, did Zerra was right about the tier 4 and tier 7? As remember, at tier 7 I did not have any expectation, and FLAMU will not put a tier 7 review today, but tier 4, yes. Have a good one. Bye.